Hi guys, Kaiser here, and welcome to what I hope is the start of a brand new series. My wife plays Age of Empires 2. Yes, I am very blessed to have a partner, a woman who is beautiful, intelligent, spiritual, full of character, and who happens to share some of my favorite hobbies with me, including, yes, Age of Empires 2. I am a very blessed man indeed. And, longtime viewers of the channel probably recognize the name Kalimitar, going back, in fact, to the very first video ever on this channel. My first set of videos, I hosted the Noob Cup. It was a tournament where I got together 8 of my friends who hadn't really played competitive Age of Empires 2 before, and got them to play with each other and see, who would fight for glory and become king of the noobs, right? Well, I didn't really go into detail in that tournament about my friends and their background on a personal level, but Kalimitar at the time was my girlfriend, and I was very clear. I wasn't pushing her into Age of Empires 2. It's like, you do not at all need to play this game in order to be my girlfriend, but she really enjoyed it, watching me play it, and said, well, I'd like to give that a shot, and she really enjoyed it. Took part in the Noob Cup, did very well, and after the Noob Cup, hit the ladder and started playing online, and has done a very good job with online AoE2. I'm so proud of her. And what I want to do in this series, including this particular game, is show off games that really stand out to me from her online experience. And this game in particular, was a lot of fun, and I had to share it with you guys when I saw it. So yes, let's see. Kalimitar, my wife, Callie, is in the green, and her opponent is H.E. Pennybacker, which I believe is a reference to something in Seinfeld. I've never really watched the show, but I've seen a couple of people named H.E. Pennybacker, so I think there's some kind of reference there, some kind of inside joke that I'm not in the loop on. But he's in the orange. We've got the Japanese in the green versus Malay in the orange. Now, what I remember, because I looked up Pennybacker after this game, he had been playing exclusively the Britons. So, one of the first things that I recognize is Pennybacker knew he was going to go on Team Islands, and he decided for Team Islands, I need to pick Malay. He saw this as the ultimate naval civ, to take naval superiority, and that'll factor into this game quite a bit. And then Kalimitar in the green again, playing as the Japanese, who, it's a good choice. I mean, Japanese, you got the, I believe it's the cheaper fishing ships. And that, of course, plus you have cheaper lumber camps and mills and that sort of thing. So, you're saving a lot of wood. Let me double check that, actually. Is it cheaper? No, I'm sorry. It's the Italians that have the cheaper fishing ship. The Japanese fishing ships work faster. So they have faster working fishing ships, and that's perfect for a map like this, where you're going to want to take advantage of those naval resources. And I think Kalimitar is making the right choice by getting a dock out early and starting to produce out of that dock. So well done there. Alright, loom in, more villagers working on sheep. I think if you're going to play on a map like Islands and you're going to do the dock, typically you want to choose between the dock or the mill, at least early on. You may eventually get the mill up. And it's not as bad when you're playing as the Japanese, because the mill is cheaper. But what I would suggest instead, before getting the mill, get the lumber camp up and start putting more and more and more vills onto wood. And once you get a really solid wood eco going, and you're constantly producing more ships out of your dock, then you can worry at a later time about getting the mill up. But I bet you Kalimitar will use that mill in order to take advantage of the boar all the way out here. That's not half bad. Yeah, here we go. Lumber camp up. Good. Now, Pennybacker's made a move that I think is a good move. I believe this is how I would do it. The dock is forward. And what that means is if you want to fight offensively for the water, you want naval control, it makes sense to have your docks forward because it's easier to produce and reinforce your navy with forward docks. If you have the docks in the back, they're a little bit safer, but it means that, let's say she wants to get a galley out. Well, that galley pops out and then has to travel all the way around the map to get back to the center in order to actually engage in the fight. So I think right now, if it's about water control, which, again, with that Malay choice, it suggests to me that, yes, Pennybacker wants to control the waves. I like that forward dock position. And right now, you know, I gotta... One of the reasons why I find this match so fascinating is because I was watching it live. And as I was watching it live, I was worried about a couple of things. I saw the idle TC time that Kalimitar has here. It's 3 minutes for my wife compared to 1 minute for Pennybacker. So that has led to a 4 vil difference right now in favor of Pennybacker. And a part of that is the TC. There's also... Well, actually, it is most of the TC. It's helped somewhat by the fact that Callie is actually using the dock, and Pennybacker is not. So, that's helpful. She's got out a second dock. Now, I really like that choice. If you're going to be contesting the water, whether you're talking something like Islands or Nomad, whatever the map is, if it's a big water map, then you are going to want multiple docks. Do not limit yourself to 1 dock because 2 production docks beat 1 every time. You know, and 3 docks beat 2 and so on and so forth. So ultimately, as you grow your economy, if you're fighting for the water, you need more and more and more docks in order to produce faster and faster. Pennybacker has started to produce fishing ships once he unhouses himself. And Kalimitar will be first up to feudal age. She's got a transport ship out, which is great. It may be, if you were, I say if, because there are multiple ways you can approach this, but if you were going to fight for control of the water, I think it would be better to save the wood and prioritize getting galleys out or fire galleys or whatever, right? Because you're pretty much going to win or lose the game on that. Presumably, right? There are other strategies one can take. So, Kalimitar taking her scout and finding the opponent's island. As Pennybacker here has hit the feudal age as well. Again, 5 vils up. Kalimitar, wisely, has her feudal age techs already. Pennybacker's working on that now. Look at this. Yeah, 18 vils on wood. And that's pretty much, I mean, that's double the wood production for Pennybacker compared to Kalimitar. So that kind of tells you this is someone who wants control of the water, right? And that is what I would expect for naval production. Lots and lots and lots of wood. He's only got 2 vils on food right now. And you actually see Pennybacker's idle TC time has now jumped up because I suppose Pennybacker's so focused on the naval situation, destroying the water, he's not even thinking about, controlling his TC. So, at this point, they've just about equalized on the idle TC front. But, of course, now Callie is losing fishing ships, so the eco is being driven down on her end. Getting Wheelbarrow, I like that choice. Wheelbarrow is a tech that's often forgotten at lower elos, and it can be very, very powerful, both for moving vils around and for, strengthening your eco, because you can carry more, you can move faster. Yeah, and here's the situation. At this point, I'm watching the game, and I say, oh, no. That's 4 docks to 1. There is a dock in the back, so maybe call it 2 docks. But even then, that second dock is all the way on the other side of the island. 4 against 1. I'm thinking to myself, oh no. Oh no, I don't know that Callie can actually win this. You know? And what she is doing, and what I think is giving her, if you look at the scoreboard, you say, wow, she's winning. Even though she has fewer vills, a smaller navy. What's going on? Well, I think what that is the scouting. Because Pennybacker obviously does not have any vision on Callie's Island, but Kalimitar does have a scout on Pennybacker's Island. And this poor fishing ship has just taken this fire galley for a ride. Which is smart. I really like that move of just recognizing, hey, I can drag this military unit across the way. And actually, the fishing ship's going to get away. But unfortunately, now we're in a situation where we've got, what do you want to call that? Like, it's 5 versus 2. All right, 1 goes down. Now it's 4 versus another 2. And at this point, the naval situation is just not good. This is, if you're Pennybacker, this is what you want. You want to have more docks. You want to have control of that water. And you have pretty much exclusive reign over the water. Excepting these back docks. So Callie has built some, or she is building some fire galleys. Maybe to contest in the future. But this moment right here, this transport ship, barely evading the fire galleys. And Callie, again, for everything that's, you know, going on right now, what she does have is knowledge of where her opponent is and vulnerabilities that the opponent has got. Pennybacker goes on the offensive, trying to take out this dock. Kalimitar getting up a blacksmith and a market. Smooth moves. And you know something else? I gotta make a note of this. Kalimitar is Pennybacker's overtaken Kalimitar on the idle TC time. Kalimitar now has the stronger eco, even with the fishing ships. Pennybacker got lax with his town center. He got lazy. And Kalimitar has overtaken him. Well, she had for a second. Pennybacker now has the lead back because of the docks. 10 fishing ships for Pennybacker, 5 for Kalimitar. Both players going to hit castle at around about the same time. Mining camp coming in for Kalimitar. And notice the infantry blacksmith techs coming in. Which is interesting because you're thinking, all right, well, if you're going to fight for water, you probably want to go galleys. And galleys do benefit from fletching. So you would expect probably fletching is the tech to go into. For Pennybacker, I believe, yeah, Pennybacker's producing some galleys, as well as some demo rafts and fire galleys. So across the board, he's got naval options out there on the field. Fletching is something Pennybacker should pick up. It doesn't help your fire galleys, but it does help the regular galleys. If I remember right, Malaysian TCs go up to the next age faster. So that would be why, even though Kalimitar teched up first, Pennybacker completed the tech first. because that Malaysian bonus. Ooh, what is this? We got demo rafts patrolling. But take a look. This whole time, I have missed the main moment. Kalimatar has sent 5 Vils on this transport ship that earlier had just barely evaded the fire galleys. She's moved over. She's built a dock. I'm sorry. Well, she did build a dock. She built a barracks, and then a stable, and then a siege workshop. And now what she's waiting on is the stone. She wants to make an impression. What she's doing is actually getting out knights. And that's a great move. I think that knights are a very solid choice. Especially if you happen, for those of you out there who are watching this, who may be a lower elo player, or you're dipping your toes into online play, I suggest prioritizing knights. Make knights your unit of choice. And the reason why is because if you think of all of your land military options, knights are the most straightforward to use and are very powerful unit by unit. Archers are wonderful units that require mass. You need to have a bunch of archers in order for them to really do damage. And I find that with lower elo players, learning to mass up is a skill that takes time. Infantry just get easily outmaneuvered by other units. Either you have cavalry, which are faster, or you have archers, which have range. And it's just hard to play infantry. So, knights, I think, are the most straightforward to use. And I love this because I saw Pennybacker. You know, when I was watching this game live, I saw Pennybacker with his much stronger navy, and I was thinking, oh, this game's probably over. Callie may have lost this already. You know, I was worried for her. And then I realized, oh, wait, she's got this strategy of just ignoring the water and building up on her opponent's base. She's got a chance. Now, by no means has she won this yet, but she does have a chance. And her opponent, Pennybacker, just has no idea what to do right now. Everything he's done on the water. He's over there going, wait a minute, this is supposed to be a water map. Why on earth are we actually, fighting this by land? Well, that's what Callie's doing, is making him fight a game he was not ready to play. Now, battering rams are a difficult siege unit to use because I think you need to have a group of battering rams in order for them to really do their job effectively, especially in the Castle Age. I think she's got the right idea using knights to protect the mangonel. I really like mangonel because it will do a good job of taking down a town center from range, actually outranging the TC. And you can use it as an anti-archer option too, right? So get out multiple mangonels, I think. That would be pretty good. Now, something that she is doing that I think is smart, because she sees, okay, Pennybacker's just going heavy into spearmen. Now, knights beat spearmen. The Castle Age unit will beat that Field Age unit, but spearmen do have the anti-cavalry bonus. So eventually, enough spearmen will overwhelm a knight. And you don't want to keep sending knights. They will win in the short term, but in the long term, you want to do something in response to a bunch of spearmen. So, getting that longswordsman upgrade and then starting to churn out infantry, good choice. The knights here have moved forward to actually destroy a dock, which is okay. If she can take down those docks, that would be a good thing, because that would shut down his fishing production. But this is scary because at this point, you know, we got one battering ram pretty much just being sacrificed. Another battering ram out in the open. Scouts versus pikemen. Yeah, now the pikemen upgrades come in. These siege units are just kind of getting blown up all by themselves. So now I'm a little worried. And Pennybacker is the first to use his stone to actually get up a castle. Limitar at this moment has four villagers on the island. Three infantry. That's good. That's good, but oh, infantry are the right choice against pikemen, but three long swordsmen versus. Yeah, we got 14 pikemen on the field. 14 pikemen will beat 3 swordsmen. So at this point, once again, I'm thinking, oh no, this is dangerous, right? This is very dangerous because that one battering ram won't be able to do anything against, you know, all those pikemen. But Kalimantar responds with a castle of her own. And here we go. We got this Ville here, 2 more here, and here we go. This is going to be an interesting fight. 5 swordsmen with Castle Age armor, Feudal Age attack versus the pikemen who don't have, they only got the Feudal Age attacks. So it's the right counter unit. Pennybacker has the numbers, but Kalimantar has the right number. And, this is important too, the pikemen half the time are actually attacking the Villes, not the army. So, Kalimantar will definitely win this. The question is, will her Villes survive? We're down to 2 Villes. We're down to 1 Ville. And there we go. 1 Ville with 20 HP versus, now we got Karambit warriors coming in. And here we go. There's this Ville. There's this Ville now with 13 HP. Barely alive. And now Pennybacker has thrown away quite a few military units. Meanwhile, back at home, more Villes being produced by Kalimantar. Pennybacker sitting on what he's got. We're about 40 minutes in. Oh, here we go. Castle comes on. Castle online. Fishing ships in trouble. And with those fishing ships down, Kalimantar has taken the eco lead by 5. And even more importantly, she is about to have the resources necessary to go up to the Imperial Age. There it is. Imperial Age for Kalimantar. Now, Pennybacker has decided to go heavy into Karambit warriors, which makes a lot of sense. Karambits, they are fast-moving infantry. They're good for raiding. Honestly, what Pennybacker could consider doing is getting up a transport ship and trying to send his Karambits into Kalimantar's base and maybe do some counter-raiding. That might be effective, but I think that he is scared of this green presence on his island and he's wanting to deal with it. So that's his focus. The trick is, whenever you are going against the Japanese and you want to go with your unique unit, you have to watch out for your opponent going samurai. As indeed we do see... Well, wait a minute. No, those are long swordsmen. Yeah, she's got 16 long swordsmen up right now. Now, long swordsmen by themselves should beat Karambit warriors one-on-one, mano-a-mano. Karambits are cheap and they're fast, but they're kind of a Zerg unit. They do not, you know, in a one-on-one fight, they don't have the strength of a generic long swordsman, let alone if Kalimantar goes Samurai. Well, then Samurai do bonus damage against unique units. Here we go. Here's a fight about to break out. Back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, this is tough because neither player is wanting to fight in the area of effect of their opponent. Alright, Kalimantar has hit the Imperial Age, whereas Pennybacker has a second castle up. These infantry, I don't think she meant to engage, but she's in trouble now because the infantry are... Yeah, they're getting pelted from both castles. The Karambit's on top of that. That's tough. That is tough. But Kalimantar is wisely using her Imperial Age tech to get out trebuchets. One thing for us AoE2 players to remember is the upgrades, the techs to go to the next level, by themselves mean nothing. If you're going to get up to the next level, it means nothing. It unlocks potential. It means that you are able possibly to build units you couldn't otherwise build, or to get technologies you otherwise couldn't get. But by themselves, it means nothing. So in Kalimantar's case, she hits Imperial Age, and she wisely immediately starts taking advantage of it by getting Trebs out. Or at least a Treb. She's got one Treb, and now she's replenishing her army with Samurai, which will certainly do a number on Karambit warriors. Pennybacker has upgraded his docks into harbors. That's a Malay unique tech, where the harbors actually can shoot arrows now. Yep. So more. Pennybacker had enough stone to get up like 2 castles. Now it's down to like 1.5. Here we go, big fight, big fight. Yep. 11 Samurai versus, it was 31 Karambits. The Trebuchet does go down, but between the castle and the Samurai with their anti-infantry bonus, they absolutely melted Pennybacker's entire army. It's all gone. All in exchange for 1 Trebuchet. And here we go. Another Trebuchet coming out. And at this point, Kalimantar has an eco lead. She has a military lead, and she is the one on the island. Not to mention Pennybacker's fishing eco. At this point, all of the fish near Pennybacker's docks have been exhausted. They're all gone. So now, in order for these ships to keep doing what they need to do, they're having to travel quite a ways away. So the fishing eco is not as efficient as it was. I do strongly advise when you're building trebuchets to try to get a group of trebuchets out. 1 trebuchet is good, especially if your opponent is not in Imperial Age. 1 treb is good, but if you can get out 2, 3, 4, 5 trebs, it is so much more effective at just melting castles quickly. And now it's Pennybacker's turn to send a battering ram unprotected, unguarded. And you think that's going to work for him? You know, 1 battering ram versus What is this? He's going to go through 19 samurai and a couple of long swordsmen. Now this pennybacker has fallen below the 650 stone threshold for another castle. So without more stone, you're not building any more castles. Third trebuchet coming out. Good choice. And at this point, I'm excited. You know, for me, as I was watching this live, this was an emotional roller coaster. Because I'm thinking, oh no, I'm seeing the number of docks. She's dead. She's gone. Into, oh, wait a minute. She's on the island. Wow, she's building a land base. She's got a chance. Into, oh no, the pikemen have sort of overwhelmed the knights. And, you know, she'll probably get kicked off the island. To, wait a minute. She's building the castle. To, wait, she's losing her villas. Wait, she's got one vill left that's got half health. And now, first castle down. Pennybacker getting out trebs of his own. Excuse me. This is one of the reasons why getting a massive trebs is so important, because if you're trying to fight, if you get one treb out and you're up against, you know, 4, 5 trebs, it's very hard. And yeah, as soon as that trebuchet went down and the castle's about to go down, Pennybacker says, I've got no chance, and calls the GG. Running low on stone, and just overwhelmed. And that was a beautiful game won by my wife. And she did a great job. I had to share this game. And, you know, since then, she's won a lot more games and just has gotten better and better and better as a player. And so I look forward to sharing some of the highlights of her journey playing on the AoE2 ladder. But that's it for this time, guys. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Otherwise, this is the Iron Kaiser signing off. Have a great one out there.